Okay, so good
Please
day,
start.
good day, okay, so good day, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are joining from. My name is Rashid Oguniro, and I will be moderating this session. We started a series about 3 weeks ago on DP 700. And so today we are moving on to another phase. We will be looking at using Spark for data processing. Last session was mind blowing. It was so easy, and so we are also hoping to have that kind of section today. So if you have any question, just raise your hand so that our speaker is a thorough leader. He doesn't want everybody to get off track. So, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome our speaker for today's session, no other person than Mr. Dej Folarin, as he take charge of the speaking. So, okay, so you have the floor, sir. Can we move on?
Yeah, thank you very much. Confirm, I'm still very much audible.
You are very, very audible, sir.
Okay, so we are welcome to the second phase, that is working with Apache Spark for data processing. So, and I'm not going to rush the session. So if possible, the section can break into A and B, if possible. I really want us to understand what we really mean by using Apache Spark for data engineering and data processing. So when we started this section last time, because we are supposed to meet first and third Saturday of every month. So we are trying to regularize to align to our, so that is why we do not have this section some couple of weeks, and we are doing it this week, Saturday. And going forward, we'll try as much as possible to stick to the plan. Now, when we talk about Apache Spark, what exactly is Apache Spark? So, and using this within Fabric environment is our concern. So what is Microsoft Fabric Spark? Fabric Spark, you'll get to have a clear understanding of this. Microsoft Fabric Spark is a core technology for large-scale data analytics. Note my choice of words. Large-scale data analytics. If you're trying to process or do an ETL process on a data set that is running to terabytes, massive database, I want to employ us, we should start thinking of using tools that will make life easy for us. Tools that are well optimized to manage scenarios like this. Now, Microsoft Fabric provides support for Spark clusters, enable you to analyze and process data in a lakehouse at scale. You can scale out, scale to any size of your choice. Now, when we are talking about Spark, it is actually an open source solution for big data processing, and it is called Apache Spark. And in my definition, Microsoft Fabric provides support for this Spark cluster. There is an integration. From Microsoft Fabric, I can actually leverage on these powerful features that we have in Apache Spark and the simplicity that we have on Fabric to make my data engineering or data analysis or data machine learning, data science, data visualization process very seamless, straightforward. Now, let us go into what we want to cover today. Number one, let's have a better understanding to Spark in Microsoft Fabric. Number two, let's look at the components. Let's look at the components of Spark engine in Microsoft Fabric. Number three, let's understand Spark data frame. Data frame will be working more with data frame. And I want to assure you, as we move on with this training, working around data frame, there are lots you are going to learn around data frame. So we want to have a better understanding of Spark data frame in Microsoft Fabric. We'll be reading data from CSV, from JSON, from any flat file that we have around us. We'll read them into the data frame and we'll do some level of ETL on this process. So we're going to also learn how to write to table in Fabric Lakehouse. We want to learn, after you've cleaned up the data, let us dump the data into Lakehouse as a table so that the analysts, because most of us on this call, we are very good in data analysis. We are very good with Power BI because the core of this group, when we started, it was around data analysis and around Power BI when we started. But now we are going into the process before you start analyzing it. That is the data cleaning, data transformation, data engineering. So when we are done with all our cleaning, we dump the data in a data warehouse or in a table in our data lake. So at that point, the analyst can then leverage on the clean version of the data to get insights, to get foresights, to get hindsight from it. Now, all these things are what we'll be looking at during this training. And we are going to do some basic transformation in this class as well. So please, I don't want to do this alone. We want to do this together. If you are right here on this call and you know you have Fabric on your system, I want us to learn together. So I need somebody else to volunteer to share the screen. And once I get to the demo section, let somebody else get ready. So if you know you have Fabric running on your system, just get your environment ready for us. So I will stop sharing my screen and you take over. But before that time, let me quickly introduce us.
Go on, sir.
Please, if you have any volunteer, just show by raise of hands. Rashid can see all of us, though I can't see us. Rashid will see and know the person.
Raise if you really your hand if you know you want to volunteer, let us know, please.
Just show by raise of hands. Thank you. Now we move on. So we want to look at introduction to Spark in Microsoft Fabric. Now, when we talk about Spark, why is Spark so important? Why is it so everybody's talking about it? By the time you really want to deal with big data, I bet you cannot run away from an engine well customized, optimized to manage data engineering, data analysis, data science, as far as big data is concerned. Now, imagine you are spending hours or days to get an ETL process done on a very massive data using Power Query, or even it keeps crashing at interval just because the size, the volume of the data is huge. Then you really need a solution that can help you. Now, Apache Spark is well optimized environment to work on this type of data. You can work on it on a single node. Single node is like setting up a single computer to help you process your data. And you can also work on it using multiple clusters. You will set up clusters. For example, let me use a layman example. I want to process 10 trillion data. And trying to use maybe Power Query or any other ETL tool to work on this is taking hours. Let's assume 10 hours to get this done. I can leverage on the what? The Spark clusters that we have in Apache Spark. I don't need to know the way it's handling its work, but mine is call up Apache Spark and ask it to start this process. And the way it works is simple and straightforward. It pick up the data, it set up multiple nodes or clusters. And the next thing, it breaks the work. Maybe ideally, one of them will take 1 hour. 1 trillion will take 1 hour. Now I want to work on 10 trillion data sets. It will break them into 10 and put each of them into each cluster. And if each of them spend 1 hour on each of them, after 1 hour, he will bring them together in his own special way. The next thing we have is we have everything processed in 1 hour instead of getting it done in 10 hours or more. So that is a layman explanation of what cluster is all about. So Spark cluster, Microsoft Fabric supports Spark cluster, enabling you to handle large volume of data with ease. Number 2, data analysis and transformation. Using Spark data frame, we are going to learn. In fact, we must have a good knowledge of data frame. And for those of you that already know Python and Panda majorly, I want to assure you, you don't have any issue. It's the same thing you've been doing with Panda in Python that we'll be doing here today. So we'll be working using data frame to analyze and transform data. This is particularly useful for big data scenario. Also, there is what we call Spark SQL. So for those of us that's very good in structured query language, you can write SQL scripts very well. You're also welcome to this environment. So Apache Spark have what we call Spark SQL that queries data in tables and views using Spark SQL, which allows for complex data manipulation and insights. And finally, to let you understand that you can also get to do what we call data visualization within Apache Spark. So visualize your data directly within Spark Notebook, making it easier to interpret and share your findings immediately. So those are all the things that we have within Microsoft Fabric as regards to what? Spark. Now, let us look at the components of Spark engine in Microsoft Fabric. What are the components of what? Of Spark engine in Microsoft Fabric? Number 1, the core engine of Apache Spark. The core engine provides the foundation. We're talking about this core. We are using languages like PySpark, Spark, that is Scala, Spark SQL, Spark SQL, and Spark R. We can use any of these 4 languages in what? In Microsoft Fabric to interact with what the core engine itself, which we are going to demonstrate shortly. From this, there are some wonderful components that you should understand as well. Apart from the core engine, we have the Spark SQL, allows querying of structured data. Allow querying of structured data using SQL syntax, same SQL syntax you are used to. And another component that is so useful here is what we call Spark. Enable real-time data processing. This is amazing. So as we go on during the what's it called, this series, we are going to deal with real-time data processing, and we'll be leveraging on Fabric, real-time analysis in Fabric, or Synapse. And also we'll be leveraging on Spark streaming as well. So we have quite a lot to do. And also within Fabric, we also have the data science and machine learning. The core of data science is actually machine learning. We also have a component within Spark engine that also leverage on what? On machine learning algorithm. So we have a library for machine learning algorithm called ML Lib. So ML library, machine learning library. And the last component I'll be talking about today is your graph S to process anything like graph within Fabric. Now, let's quickly understand Spark data frame in Microsoft Fabric. A data frame is a distributed collection of data organized into named columns similar to a table in a relational database, like our SQL server, something like Excel. Let me use that, but Excel is not an RDBMS, but similar to that. It's structured with columns. In Microsoft Fabric, Spark data frame are core data processing and analytic components. Data frame is core, is very, very important. And there is no way you will talk about data frame and you will not talk about schema. So schema definition. This simply means data frame have a structure, have a schema, which define the column name. What is the name of each column? And also the data type. And your schema can either be declared. You can declare the schema yourself if you feel like declaring the schema. And you can infer the schema. Maybe somebody gave me a JSON file or a CSV file. I can actually inherit this schema that we have there. And you can declare your schema. But I will always recommend declare your schema so you can be in control. What is integer will be integer. What is string will be string. Than inheriting and it make the integer column string for you. And you need to start looking for a way to manage that. But both ways, they are allowed. So we are going into the core part of the business. We want to read files, CSV files. We want to write to tables. We want to do some basic transformation. So without wasting much time, as usual, let us get into demo and let's see how all those things work out well. So I think that should be, oh, there's a project, a sample project work I want all of us to look at. For a CSV file with the same schema, the same structure, and also a JSON file with a similar structure, probably a table in SQL Server, either on Azure SQL Server with a similar structure that already have some transaction. Maybe when the company started, year one, they were storing their data as CSV. But year two, they started storing their data as JSON. Year three, they gave them a structured database for their OLTP. For year three, year four, up to date, their data is stored this way. And this process is simple. Leveraging on Apache Spark, you are to do ETL process, extract the data into lakehouse file. Once you are done with that, number two, clean and append the file. Add necessary column where needed using Notebook Spark. Please, you are not using Power Query again for this session. I think the last time we used data flow general and Power Query, but today we are going purely into coding. And once we are done with our work, we should dump it inside data lake. Like I said when we started, we are not going to rush this session. If there is need to break it into two, we will. And if you can complete everything today, we will. So once it is loaded into our data lake table, the next thing is we now want any of us to use our reporting tool to connect and start visualizing. But at least we've done a nice ETL process if you can complete this step. And if you have any question, get set with all your questions and let's see how far we can go answering all our questions. As usual, my name is Ayodeji for Larry. So let me leave and quickly go to spark.apache.org. This Spark we are talking about, this is the Apache Spark everybody's talking about. This is their official website. Spark.apache.org is a unified engine for large-scale data analytics. And you can get up and running within this environment. But I'm not working directly on this environment. I'm working on Fabric, which is also leveraging on this environment, just to let us see the environment. And at the moment, it supports the following language: Python, SQL, Scala, Java, and R. But I don't think Fabric support Java at the moment. We'll confirm that, but I know it supports Python, SQL, Scala, and R, not not Java. But within their own environment, we have everything well supported. So there are a lot you can do. Documentation is there. The examples, we have it there. The libraries we are talking about, these are the components that I mentioned: the GraphS, the ML library, the pandas on Spark, Spark Streaming, Spark Connect, and SQL and this. So to just let you know, you can come here to get more documentation to read Apache Spark. But for our section, I will be leveraging on Microsoft Fabrics. So at this point, Rashid, do you have anybody with the hand up who is helping us today? A volunteer, share the screen, please. Okay. If you don't have a volunteer, that means I need to get this done myself.
I don't have a volunteer.
Okay. So
everybody's wrong.
As usual, you all need to. Oh, you have a volunteer. Oh, thank you. Who is the volunteer?
We don't have a volunteer. All of them are running.
Hello, Rashid. You said
no volunteer. No volunteer.
Oh, okay. I thought we have somebody that wants to help out. So without wasting much time, okay, thank you. Without on Fabric, type app.fabric.microsoft.com. It takes me to my landing page. This is my home page. And last week, I don't want to create another workspace. We already have a workspace we created last week. So I can come in here and check out the workspace that we have here. Now, let me go to the workspace here. So I will click on workspaces.
Hello, sir.
Now,
Hello, sir.
from here,
Hello, can you hear me?
yes,
Please,
yes.
I want any other person to confirm. What can you see? Because I'm
Hello,
still
I
seeing
can
that.
hear you.
I'm still seeing that platform
His
that you
screen is
opened.
not changing.
The
His
screen is
screen
not
is not
changing, sir.
changing.
The screen is not
Yes.
changing, sir. You need to change the screen. You need to unshare and reshare because we're still seeing that's Apache Spark where you show us Python and SQL, all those stuff that work with Fabric. That's what I'm still seeing here. There are witnesses in the house.
Ah,
Yes, you need to unshare your screen and reshare.
okay. Let me try to share the screen again. Okay, I'm trying to do that now. Let's see. Confirm my screen is visible, please.
Not yet. We're still waiting.
Can you hear me? Can
I can
anybody
hear
hear
you
me?
loud. I can hear you loud and clear. It's loading.
Hello?
Your skin is loading. Can you hear me, sir? It's loading. Just okay. No. We can see what is Apache Spark. Is that where you are? Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello? Please
Okay,
confirm you can hear me.
we can see your screen now. We can hear you.
Rashid, I can hear
We,
you. Confirm
we
you can hear
see
me.
your screen now. I can see your screen
No,
now.
that's
We're on Fabric now. Yeah, I can see it now.
okay.
Hello, sir.
You can see my screen and you can hear me, right?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay. So now we are on Fabric screen. Welcome to Fabric. And I said, I don't want to create another workspace. I already have a workspace I created last time. I think data, yes, data and AI dev. So this is our workspace. Let me go straight to our workspace. Now on the workspace, I have my lake house. Then I have the data flow that we did last time. And also I have notebook. So but I'm going to create another notebook. I think I use this for demo. I'm not sure. Let me create another notebook. So all I need to do from my workspace is come here that I need a new item. Olayinka, your hand is up. Hello, Olayinka, you're recognized.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Please, I wanted to ask if it's possible for you to create the workspace for those of us that were not in the previous class to catch up.
Okay, create a workspace. Okay, thank you, Olayinka.
Thank you, sir.
I have Chinaka's hand up. Chinaka, please, you have the floor.
Hey, sorry, everybody. I can't see the screen. I don't know if I'm the only one. I tried to log out and log in. Yeah.
Okay. Share my screen. Please confirm the screen is back.
Your screen is back, but it's not changing. It just changed now.
We can see your screen.
Oh, okay.
I think it's making some explanation. That was why it's not changing.
Okay.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm just on data and AI dev for DP 700. That's the workspace we created last.
Yeah, the workspace we created last week.
Asked a good question. So Olayinka, I will encourage you to run through the previous video. So the link is on our WhatsApp group. So maybe Mr. Rashid can help us reshare the link to that last video again, so you can leverage on that. But to quickly answer your question, creating workspace on Fabric or Power BI is just the same. All I need to do is to come to workspaces by the side. At the bottom, you will see new workspace. When you click on new workspace, a dialog box will pop up. On the dialog box, give your workspace a name. I can say Olayinka workspace for data engineering. Good. That is the name I want to call this workspace. And right below it is telling me this name is available. There are some names, if you try to use them, will tell you you have used them before, or somebody within the what's it called organization has used that workspace. So let me look at some popular workspace, DP or PL 300, something like this. It may likely, wow, telling me it's available. Okay, this is the name of the workspace I want to use. Description, I can describe the workspace, and I can brand my workspace with an icon. So if we have any icon, I can brand my workspace with an icon. So, but it's telling me the image I'm trying to use is just too big, so it cannot use it. Then I can expand the advanced to look at all what we have here. But I'm going for the trial version that will allow me to do everything I want to do with Fabric for 60 days. And I will click on what? Apply. That is all. So once I click on apply, I have my workspace ready. So all I need to do is to come to that workspace just like this. If you go back to my workspace, you will see the workspace as part. I have several workspaces here. So it's just to pick that particular workspace. Or if it's too long, just type what you are looking for. I'm looking for data. So this is what I'm looking for. Just select it and boom, it will take you to the workspace. So Olayinka, I guess I have answered your question. Now, after this, the next thing here is this. Today, we want to do what? We want a new item. You will now ask me, what type of item do I need? If I want to get data, these are all what we can use to get data. Last week, we leveraged on data flow. But this week, we want to process. We are not storing data. We want to prepare data. Yes, we want to prepare data. What do we want to use to prepare data? We can use any of these things here to do data preparation notebook. I remember Rashid was asking me, the topic is Apache Spark, and now I'm mentioning notebook. Please, yeah, it is notebook. So within it, it's what supports the Apache Spark. I want to blend the two names together. So I deliberately did that. So what we want to work with is what? Notebook today. But there are still a lot of things about streaming. We have quite a lot. KQL is still there to learn. But today, we are not doing ML. We are not doing Spark job definition. It's like once you've done your Spark, you can schedule that at a particular time, this should be running. So we are not doing Spark. We are not defining the Spark job. Rather, we want to build a notebook. Immediately I click on notebook, it will open up for me. So I take my video. Let's just give it some minutes for the notebook to come up. Okay. So it's still loading notebook. This is wonderful. Beautiful. Now, after loading my notebook, this is how the environment looks. So it's still trying to set up some other things at the top. I want us to pay attention to this screen. So he's calling it notebook 2. Let me click on the notebook 2 and say, look, I want to give it a better name. So this is our day 2, day 2 in our data engineering series. Just permit me to use that name. So now is going to be stored in this location. This is my workspace. The owner is Ayodeji. The status, it is last saved at 4:40. That was the last time it was saved. So I can show more about the property of the notebook I'm working on. But let me just press enter. My notebook has been saved instead of using notebook as a default name. And the status here is telling me saved. As you work, don't worry. It's always helping you to do what? To save your work. So Rashid, I can see your hand up. Hello, Rashid.
Your screen is okay. Your screen just changed now. It wasn't changing before, but it changed now. I think there is a little lag. Maybe it's from my end. Continue. You can go on.
Okay.
No, you can go on.
Okay. Thank you. So I will take it slowly. Maybe something is wrong with my network today. I never expected this. Maybe something is wrong with my network today. But I will take it slowly. So that even if it's slow to change, the two of them will meet at a point. Now on the note, what number one, I can save this work as another name. I've not written anything. So, but let's assume I have written thousands of lines of code. I want to save it. I can save it. I can download my work. Let's assume Rashid requested after the training, can I have all the scripts? No problem. All I need to do, but if I save, it's being saved in the cloud. Now, if I download it, I will bring it into my local machine. So with that, I can easily share with anybody that needs it. I can go into the setting to work on my words, on the setting of the environment. So I can go to the setting. Let me click on setting. Similarly, help me with another network. My network, I guess, is misbehaving. Please, can somebody confirm you can still see my screen? You can hear me?
I'm hearing you, but just that your voice is breaking, and
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So thank you for that confirmation. Let me see. I don't know why my network is like this. Let me see if I can show another network. Let's continue. Now, I have clicked. This takes me to setting, and it's telling me about. So the
Sorry,
name,
Mr.
the description, the location, the
Your
owner.
screen,
Now,
I'm sure that everyone
endorsements.
can hear you, but your screen is not changing. And I'm sure that people want to see the steps. I hope you understand. Your screen is not changing. It's still on. Even the settings you clicked on has not shown. You know, when you click the setting, the pane will open to the right. So nothing has changed. You're still on. And so nothing has changed.
Okay. Let me switch to another network.
If you're having issues, maybe I may have to. I join with my phone, so maybe I can join with my laptop if you want. So
Your screen. Let me just be speaking to your screen. Thank you very much.
Just a moment.
So let me stop sharing.
My laptop.
Olajide, please. You Yeah,
Just a
let me be
moment. I have
speaking.
to.
At least
I
you
join
cannot
with
hear
my
me.
phone, so
I
I will
think
join
you
with my
should let
laptop.
somebody else share. Okay, you just okay. Thank you. So as we wait for you to come up with your laptop, let me just speak into other things on this screen. Let me bring back my screen. I will just be talking about all the things on the screen. So I've mentioned setting. When we write our code is always written in a cell. This code cell. So within this cell, I can write a lot of code. I might decide to continue my code in another cell. So what will I do? Once I get to the bottom of the cell, I will see a plus to say add code cell. Once I click on add code cell, another cell will come up where I can write my code. If I want to execute the code within a cell, please, there is a run cell icon here. Hit the run cell icon, it executes the code within that cell. But if you have 20 cells and you want to run the code in all the cells, no problem. Up here, you will see run all. When you click on run all, this will run all the codes in all the cells, one after the other. So that is that. Now, apart from that, I can connect. So now when you say connect, are you connecting to a standard session or high concurrency session? By default, by the time you are running your Apache, I guess your screen is up now.
Yes, my screen is up.
Please, everybody confirm you can see Jide's screen. I can see his screen.
I can see his screen also. I can see it from here.
Fantastic.
I can see the
So
screen.
Jide, thank you very, very much. Okay, so go to a workspace that you have created before.
Unless
If you
unless you
have
want
not
me to
quickly
create a new, I have something that
want
I've
to
been
create
working on,
a
but let me just
good.
create. This is a new one. This should be empty. Take a look at my
Let's go
screen. So this is
to
a
a
new
new
one.
workspace.
Yes, this is a new one. Do you want me
I'm
to
still
create?
seeing,
That means it's your internet. I
don't
hope.
worry, just open. I'm waiting for your screen to show. My network is slow.
Others should please confirm. There's
Your
a
screen just
workspace.
loaded now. It's loaded
Yeah, we
now.
can see your
The screen
screen.
is
I
visible.
can see your screen.
You can see your screen, sir.
Okay, I'm waiting for the workspace to load. Good, good. I can see AGD. That is the name of the workspace. Now we want to quickly create a lake house. I need a lake house. Yeah, click on the new.
I already did actually.
Oh, you've done that. There is a serious, my network is something else. This is too much.
If
This is too
just to let you know, I
much.
already clicked on new item
Okay,
and
yes.
can you see this?
I can see the new. Yes, I can see the new. So go to store data, store data, you will see lake house. So let's create a storage place for our data. Select lake house under store, not get data.
Yeah, I know.
They are
This is store data.
categorized.
I know. I understand. What name do you want me to call it? I'm already there.
Oh, you're already there. So just
Yes.
give it the data and AI. Just call it data and AI. Just data and AI, LS Lake, LH Lake House, data and AI LH. If you have given it that name, leave our lake house.
Let
We'll
me
bring the
try.
data into it
All right.
shortly.
Just a moment. Let me use Apache for everything. Data and AI. All right, done.
Okay.
Should
Now go
I?
back to new.
No. Should I enable schema or should I create just straight?
Enable lake house schema, please.
All right. Then it's creating.
If you have done that, go
Yes,
back to the
done.
workspace. Go back to the workspace and click on new item.
All
Under new
right.
item, look for notebook. I need to be in that notebook environment.
No problems. Done. Creating notebooks.
Good.
Notebook
Now,
one.
if you click notebook one, thank you
What name
very,
do you
very
want it to be
much.
given?
At the top,
What name should I give notebook
good.
one?
Let's give the notebook a name. Let's call it day two class or day two training.
Day two
We have done
session.
day one. Today's day two. Day two
I named
session. Thank you.
I named it day two session and it is named already as day two session. Mhm.
Good.
We were talking
Good.
about save as,
Now,
download, then settings. Should I click on settings? That was where
good.
you stopped.
Now, just point to all the icon one after the other,
Okay, that's
as I
fine.
mentioned them. So you can save as. Save as we allow you to save your notebook as another name. Download, we allow you to download the work into your own system. That script you have written to have a copy on your system. This setting is just to let you see the details and set some privacy level on your work. Now, apart from setting, we have the run. When we talk
I can no longer hear you. I hope it's not my internet.
about scripts up to the
Okay.
hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I've dropped down the run all, run cell above, run cell below.
Good. Now, when you say run, you can run all the cells. You can run cell above that particular cell you are in. You can run the cell below the cell you are in. But the major thing is identifying cells and knowing how to work within your cells. So now, after run, you have your section. So at the moment, there is no section running on Jide's screen. I'm not seeing the section running. So if it is running a green icon, but by the time you run your very first script, it's going to run a standard section. But if you are going to run a concurrent multi-clustering, that is for better optimization. If you are working with very, very big, massive data, you can run with that, but just know that it will come at extra costs. Now we have the language there. Jide, you can help me drop the language. The default language that we showed there is PySpark, which is Python. Drop down
I already did.
language. When you drop it down, okay, you will see the languages that I mentioned. One of them is Scala. Another one is SQL. Another one is R. I think I'm right. Java is not yet within Fabric. So after this, you have your environments. Your environment is your workspace defaults. So that is the workspace we started with. Can expand what you want to do with VS codes. So that is that. Now let us come into our work proper. The cell. There is a cell already there. I can see on Jide's screen is written, welcome to your new notebook. Type here in the cell editor to add code. Now, there are two types of things you can add. You can either add a code or a markdown. When you say markdown, it's just like a note, a text, a description, like your word processor for documentation purpose. You can type something and mark it down. But if you really want to write a code that you want the system, Apache Spark, to pick and run the script within it, then you leave it as a code. So we are going to work with both of them shortly. Now, you can always add more code by clicking on plus code. You can add more markdown by clicking on what? Plus markdown. The most interesting part here in Fabric Notebook is that in a cell, I can start writing Python. And at a point, I feel like, no. At this point, I would love to switch to PySQL. Now, I want to start writing pure SQL code. Why stress myself? I can create a new cell. Please help me add code. Help me add a code cell. You see a plus code. Another code cell is here. Within this code cell, I don't want Spark again. I don't want Python again. At the bottom right of the cell,
What do you want?
if you click there, it will show you all the possible languages you can switch to. I can decide to switch to Spark Scala. I can switch to Spark SQL. I can switch to Spark R or .NET Spark, that is C#. So, but I said I would love to switch this one into what? Spark SQL. Click on Spark SQL. This, and the code I will write here is purely Spark SQL. Or give me a new what's it called? A new cell code. Give me a new cell code. Good.
Done.
If I don't want to go to the bottom there, I can just type %SQL and press enter. It automatically switch. %SQL. Hit your enter button. It switch instantly without going to the bottom there to switch it. So I can switch to any language of my choice by clicking and so on. But what I want is not a code. Give me a markdown cell. Give me a markdown cell.
Done.
On this cell, right on this cell, this is our first Apache Spark class. Now, this is like explanation. By the time you have a well-documented script like this, if you come back here 5 years' time, with your markdown, you can understand what you have done or what you are working on. So, okay, continue.
You want to say that again? Sorry. Apache what?
Remove the R. Remove the R from Apache.
No, Apache what?
Thank you. So this is my first Apache Spark code within Fabric. Within Fabric. Simple. Bolding it, make it italics. You can even put an hyperlink to your LinkedIn page. Just do some nice thing. Look at this, what is happening at the bottom. You're only beautifying it up there, but that's what it's going to show. That's your markdown. You can even add image to it. You can add lists, bullet points, and so on and so forth. Did they just add one image to it? Maybe Fabric logo, if you have any logo there. If you don't have, put your picture there. It's accepted. You can add hyperlink, image URL, hyperlink, anything you feel like adding, you can add. But at those points, click outside the cell. If you click outside the cell, it would have created for us a what? A markdown. A markdown is just a description, but well formatted in a way that you will love. The header, everything you want to do is there. Now that you have seen this environment, I want to introduce us to what we call data frame. What exactly is data frame? So we don't have option. We'll be working most of the time with data frame. Please give me, I can delete the cells I don't need. Help me delete the first 2 cells here. Those 2 SQL cells. Go there. Thank you very much. Delete cell. Do you see what DJ did? Just delete cell. That is that. But I need this third cell. So let's start. The comments hash with what you have there is just a comment. So I already have a comment on that. So I want to do some work. Now, what I want to do, I want to create a small data frame. A data frame is like a temporary, or let me say, in-memory storage device, not really stored in a file or somewhere, but just in the memory. And you can use it for a lot of processing within your work. When you are done doing all your clean and transformation, you can finally write the data into a what? Into a database properly. That is that. So, but for this class, let us just create on the fly a sample data frame. Now, let's see how we can create a sample data frame. So, our data frame, just type, let's create a schema. Type schema. Schema is your structure, the structure of your database. Type schema, preferably use lowercase all through words we'll be typing. Anywhere request for uppercase, we change it to uppercase. So in here, any name you are declaring, please, let's keep to lowercase. Schema equals to. Now I want to call up a function. The function is called structure type. Structure type. So capital S for structure, capital T for type. So let's start making it more structure. Structure type. Open a bracket. No, single word, please. Single word. Good. Structure type. Open a bracket. Within the bracket, open a square bracket. No. Good. Hit your enter button. Let it come down. I want to put all my script on a different line. Good. Now let's start. On my structure type, let's start with structure field. Let's have just 2 or 3 or 4 fields. Yeah, let's start. Structure field. Structure field. Good. I'm just creating a schema. The way we create table in SQL and doing our DDL. Structure skill, open a bracket. Open a bracket. Now, in the bracket, put double quotes. First name, double quote, first name. First name. Good. After the first name, put comma before the bracket close. The type, string type. String type, that's data type. String type. Good. Now, what have I done here? Help me create a structure field. Call it first name, and the type should be string. Open and close the brackets. So the last column is either true or what? Or false. So can it allow null value? So press comma after the close bracket and put true here. comma, true. Thank you very much, GD. At the end, press comma, that is 1. If I'm not going to do another column, that is all. But after the bracket close, help me press comma. Without, after the bracket close, help me press comma. Copy this line to the next line, just directly under it. Copy this line to the next line. Let's have another one for this first name. Let's have surname. Enter surname, paste it. Just change the first name to surname. Every other thing will remain the same. Surname. After surname, let's have gender. Give me another line. What I'm doing here is I'm creating the structure of my table. There's no data in the data frame. I've not even done a data frame. I'm building a structure. Gender, making 3 columns. Let's do one more column. Age. I don't want everything to be string. Let's have one more column for integer. Call this one age. And instead of string type, it will be integer type. That is all. Integer type. So the type of data there is integer. Integer type. Open and close the brackets. We have created a table with 4 columns. This is the structure that will define our data frame, but we've not defined the data frame yet. Now, before you can define a data frame, there are 2 things involved. Number 1, you must have your structure of your table. I told you, you can inherit the structure of a table. Let's assume Jide is going to work with a CSV file shortly. He's going to look for a CSV file in system. The structure of that CSV file, the column name will be inherited. And the way it behaves is this. It will look at all the content of the column and assume for us the type of data that should be in that column. That is called inferred. I inferred what I saw. But I told you, you can also create your own structure. This example I've done here is creating our structure. So after the schema, please come down. No, remove the last comma. That's the end. There won't be comma in the last one. Good. Now come down after line 8. After line 8. Can come down one more time. Let's create our data. Call it our data. The other one, our, okay, since that one is schema, we're going to put the other one, our schema. Our data, our schema. Our schema equals to this. Our data equals to, now let us have our data equals to square brackets. Square brackets, press enter. Good. Now within this square bracket, open a normal bracket. Open a normal bracket. Go up, go up, go up.
I think
One
it should be
more.
fine now.
Now open a normal bracket and type in double quotes first name. In double quotes, Ayodeji. After that, comma, surname, Folarin. After that, gender, put M.
Sorry, can I proceed? I want to be sure my internet is fine. My internet is fine. Can I get the response?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. First name, surname, age, let us say 20. Male, sorry.
Hello,
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Please, after Folarin at 20 in age. So, but the 20, because it's integer, don't bother to put it in double quotes.
No, I didn't put it in double quote.
If you have
Ayodeji,
completed that line,
Ayodeji Folarin, male 20.
hello,
Yes, please.
I can't hear you. Let me see
Okay,
if I can
someone should
drop
please
what I'm
confirm if they
saying
can
in
hear
the
me.
charts.
I can hear you, Mr. Jire.
Hello, Jire, you said what?
I can hear you too. I can hear
I
you.
can hear you,
Deji.
Mr. Deji.
Let me see if it dropped a message.
Your voice is not clear, Mr. Deji.
Hello, Jide, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear. Can you also see my screen? Ayodeji is a text. Folarin, oh, sorry, I'll write this. Folarin is a
I have
text.
dropped something here. I don't know if you can see the charts.
I'm looking at the chart, nothing has dropped. Someone can please confirm, just to be sure it's not from my end. What I'm seeing, the last message I'm seeing is thank you, sir.
Which chat? Is it the WhatsApp chat or
No, I think he said he dropped it on Teams.
the meeting chat? Is it the Teams meeting chat? Or
The
your
last
personal
message
chat?
is the one that dropped, so I wouldn't know where it dropped it. So I'm
No,
just
that's
trying to
one.
confirm.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he needs to let you
No,
know
I'm
which
sure he said he would drop it on Teams.
on Teams.
Nothing has been
Yeah.
dropped.
Hello, if you can hear me, I dropped something on this meeting link. So the network is
Don't worry, just say
something.
what you dropped. Let me tell you what I've typed. Our data
Okay.
equals to
I said
square.
Ayodeji, Folarin, M for male.
Oh, M for
20,
male.
20
No problem.
for age.
I've done that since. I only wrote male in full instead of M for male. Mr. Ayodeji, let me tell you what I've done, right? Our data equals to square bracket, open square bracket, and open normal bracket, double quotes, because Ayodeji is text, comma, double quotes, Folarin is text, comma, double quote M is a text. Of course, 20 is integer, so there is no quotation around that. Okay, I'm sure it is internet. All right. Of course, I don't know what you want to do, so I can't say I want to continue. I can only wait for him. But please let someone confirm that I am fine, that the fault is not from my end, or my screen, the internet is fine from my end.
I can hear you. Okay.
And my screen is visible, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But you could speak with him, call him on the phone and find out what exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm sure that it's the internet that is having issues with. Because okay,
I
let
can
me
hear you.
because
He
unless
wants
I
to
have
continue coding on the phone.
to
We'll
mute
tell you what
and
to do.
then No, actually, if you create a schema and you are not creating, schema is just a structure.
Data.
So this is just going to create a structure, but this is what you enter inside
That's
the
the
structure.
data. Yeah, that's the data.
So,
Yes.
but maybe you want more, you know, this will just be one record.
Yeah.
I hope you understand.
Yeah. Well, you could call him to continue on the phone. Yeah. His internet is up.
I'm gonna have some mails.
Okay.
Because if he's using his phone internet and I call, the internet will also be affected. Maybe he's trying to now use phone because phone internet is fine.
Okay.
Let me try
Okay.
and call him. I'll mute now.
Okay. Well, can you share your screen while you're doing that so we can see the codes?
This is still okay. It's fine. I'll
You're not
mute.
sharing your screen. Yeah.
I'm sharing my screen. This is my screen. I only
No,
came
we
to
can
think
see
to
the
come and
names.
mute.
We're not seeing the codes. I need to see the codes. Ginny, can you share the codes? Thank you.
I'm sharing my okay, it's fine.
No, now I can see it. It's okay now.
Sorry everyone, I'm trying to call him. Of course, when he picks, I'll have to mute because this conversation should not be because you know recording is ongoing and just waiting for him to pick the call. Oh, the call is even dropping. Okay, I think he has dropped off the call. I mean, he left the meeting. Maybe he's trying to rejoin. Okay, so while I wait for him, I'll just enter some more information. So I hope you can still see my screen. This is me just trying to wait for him. I didn't get any message from him, but I'll just try to put some things. Can we still see my? All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why he has not joined. So I'm just trying to populate. Let me minimize things. All right. Please, someone can help me reach. Is it back?
You just dropped something on the chat.
Oh, I already feel some things. So I already feel some
You just
things.
dropped now.
Yeah, I already feel some things. So I'm sure that there is no. Already, you can already feel some things. So unless I have to copy that, and then I'd already assume I just form all of those things. Because if I copy this, it's just for demonstration purposes. So I'm sure it's fine.
Yes, he just wants you to
Okay.
populate
Exactly.
the
Sorry.
data. Yeah.
We-
That's
Please, Mr. Sheikh, let me call him. I mean, let's help me reach out so that we'll know if.
I'm doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back.
Can
Hello.
you see? I already populated.
Ah,
I didn't see your data on time, so I already did
oh,
some things.
thank you very much, Jide. I appreciate. The
Okay.
network
So
really dealt with
should I
me.
run it
today.
or you want to add some things?
No, you can't run it yet. I just want to show to us how to set up a schema. That is the schema. And what GDA has done below the schema is the data structure. Thank you. This is superb. I love this. Now, we now want to run a data frame. That's where we are going. We want to run a data frame that we hold both the schema and the table. So what is the command to run the data frame? Come down after
DF, right?
line 17. Come down after line 17. After line
Okay.
17, you can now say data frame DF. So by standard, we always use DF to represent data frame. You can call this one our DF, since you are using our schema, our data. Our DF.
Okay.
Hello,
I'm with you.
can you hear me?
Yes, I am. I can hear you. I can hear you. Because I'm trying to go ahead of you right now. Yes, I can hear you.
So just type our DF, which is
equals
our
to
data frame,
equals to spark.create data frame.
Thank you. Equals to spark.create data frame. We are creating our data frame. Spark.create data frame, open a bracket. And the just two parameters you pass in.
Data
equals
schema.
our data.
Okay.
Comma, schema equals our schema.
Data equals, sorry, take that again. Data equals our data, right? I think that's what
data.
We call it.
That's the name we call it.
Yes, our data.
Comma,
our data.
Schema
done
equals our schema.
Our schema.
Thank you. So you can close the brackets.
The bracket is
once
closed.
you've done that, this automatically creates a data frame called our data frame. We can decide to print the schema of our data frame, which is our data frame dot print schema. Let us see the schema that he eventually used. That is the script to print.
Do you want us
the
to
schema
show
of our
or
data.
print? Do you want us
schema,
to show
schema.
or print?
The schema, you print the schema.
Okay.
But to the data, you show the data. You can try both of them. You can try print schema, our data frame dot print schema, bracket open, bracket close, our data frame dot show. That will show the data frame, the content of the data frame. So let's put all those together.
Take a look at my screen. Our data dot print, our data DF. Can you see my
I know
screen?
you are typing something, but my screen, the network is affecting me.
Okay, so let me tell you what I typed.
Just go ahead and execute. If there's error. Okay.
Our DF dot print. Open and close bracket, right? That will print the schema.
Dot print schema.
Okay,
dot print schema. You must add schema to the print. Dot print schema. Open and close bracket after the schema.
Okay. And the second one, our data frame dot show data, right? Just to be sure. Our data frame
dot
show data, right? Show our data, I think.
Just say dot show. Just say dot show. Open and close
that
bracket.
One alone is fine.
Dot show. Open and
can
close
you see my
bracket.
Screen?
You can
so in case you cannot,
I can't.
Okay,
I can't
so
see your screen, but
let me tell you what I did. Our DF equals spark dot create data frame, open bracket, data equals our data, comma, schema equals our schema, close bracket. Is that correct for that?
Fantastic.
Good.
Correct.
Then the following line, our df dot print schema, open and close bracket.
Fantastic.
Our df dot show, just show, then open and close.
Fantastic.
All right. So what do I do next?
Go ahead and run the cell now.
Okay.
Go ahead and run the cell now. Let us see. If you are running a notebook, a Spark code for the first time, it takes longer time. The reason is that it's just setting up the node or the cluster. If you can see at the top, you will see section, stop section.
Cancel all.
So
Stop
no,
session.
don't cancel.
I'm not canceling. I'm just telling you what's up there. And bottom
Okay,
left,
thank you.
starting session, 33 seconds, 34 seconds.
Oh, fantastic. It's just starting up the section. For the first time, it will take time. But after the first time, as long as the section is up, it will be running very fast. But once you are done, please don't leave your section running. It can run down your money. So once you are done, always stop the session before you close. Except the section should be running continuously, even as you go home. Then leave the section to run. So let it come up. If everything runs very well, we should not have any issue. But in real life scenario, we don't always create data like this. Data is already in a database. And that's what I want us to do last before we leave here today. We'll look for a sample database. Gidi, I'm seeing error in your work. I can see your screen. I just came up. Our data frame, capital letter O, line 18 is capital, line 19 and 20 is small letter. So are you using capital or small letter? It is case sensitive.
It's supposed to be small letter. I didn't look at it, sorry. When I typed it, I didn't even look at it.
It's case sensitive. Capital O is not the same thing as small o.
Yes, I know. I didn't look at it when I typed. Don't mind me. I just, you can see that I wrote other one is lowercase, so I think I pressed uppercase as at that time.
Okay. So I think I just pray that your screen will continue to be visible now. I think my network is back. So we are waiting for this to complete its work. But let the section is still running. You can scroll up. Let me see that things at the top, just to be sure that everything is okay. Good. We did not import. Don't worry. Let it continue.
No, I think it is to create schema, then create data frame, which we have done.
Yes. There is one import we're supposed to do. The session is taking time. Well, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes for the first time. Okay, as this is running, Jide, help us look for a CSV file we can bring in. Let this continue to run. Go to your system, look for a CSV file that we can just use to learn. We are not cleaning today. Transformation will be next session. We want to learn how to transform in our next session. But today, let us just understand data frame only, and bringing CSV, JSON, Packet, any form of file into our data frame. Like what Jide just demonstrated, we type data directly into the data frame. But now, let us look for a CSV file.
So this is a CSV.
This is a CSV file. Thank you. So please put this CSV file inside your data lake. Let's go back to your Fabric, and let's bring the CSV file into the data lake.
Yes, just a moment. Control C, and let me try and dump it somewhere. Yes, so it is CSV. Just wanted to be sure.
Please don't put a space in the. I always like the name to be one word. New customer. Remove the space between the new and customer.
Yeah. I will rename it here now.
Help me rename it. I always like that. Good. So if you have done that, go to your lake house and quickly bring this new customer into the lake house. Go to your lake house, bring the new customer into your lake house. Expand the files. Now your lake house has table and what? And file. No. Expand the file down. Expand the folder for file. When you expand, create a subfolder, please. Expand it. Click on the three dots. New
Done. New
subfolder.
subfolder.
So let's call it our data. Call it our data. Create it. Then go into our data. Click on the three dots in front of our data. Then import. You will see, upload. Is it upload? You should see upload file there. Upload file. Please upload that CSV file into this place. So the first thing is the file you want to analyze, bring it into your lake house. That's the first thing. Now we've brought in the file into our lake house. Thank you, Jide. This is done. Let's go back to our notebook. You will see how simple it is to work on your own file. How simple. Okay, it's running the cell now. Thank you. It has finished setting up the new. Okay. So
Error.
okay. I know it won't understand. It's just a line at the top to import. That one is not a problem. So please, I want us to look at add lake house by the side. By the side, look at add lake house. Click on add lake house. Your notebook. Add, there's a big icon in the middle.
Shall I go
add
ahead?
lake house. Go ahead and add lake house. When you click, we already have our lake house existing. Please click on add. Click on add. Good. Once you click, where is our lake house? Is that first one? Pick it and say add. At this point, stop. Is the session, is it still running? Okay, continue. Stop now. Just say stop now. Good. Now, in my lake house, I can see files. In my files, I can see our data. Expand the our data. No, just click on it. Don't worry. Click on the name, our data. Good. Look at it. It has opened our data to the side. What we have in our data is new customer dot CSV. New customer dot CSV. Now, I want to bring this new customer dot CSV. I want to load the data into a data frame for us to use. The question is, how will I load the data into data frame? So the code is simple. Okay. Now I don't want us to use automatic. They can come back and use this one themselves. Now give me a new cell. Give me a new cell.
Shall I collapse this?
Collapse that one, please. Yes. Give me a new cell.
Code, right? Add code cell.
Yes, code. Add code.
All right.
Good. On this cell code that I have added, I want to bring in a data that is coming from that file. So how do I do that? Just say df, let's use df for our data frame. Data frame should be equals to what? Spark.read.csv, because it's a CSV file. If it's JSON file, spark.read.json CSV, then open a bracket. Mention where the file is coming from. The file is coming from quotes, single quotes, or if you double quote, it will stress you. Quotes, files. Look at the way it's written there, capital F.
Do
Files.
you want me to use single quote or double quote?
Use single quotes.
All right.
Files
Just a
/
moment.
I want to use it to differentiate our own parameter and what you are bringing in.
All right.
Files / what? Our data. Capital O.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
you,
seen
Jide.
it.
Our data / again. The name. Expand that our data. Let me see the name you call it. New customer.csv. N capital. Customer capital. No, that's not customer. New customers.csv. Now, that is that. Please, after the quotes, before the bracket close, press comma. Header equals true, because I saw header on the CSV when you open it just now. If it has header, let it know it has header. Header equals true. Now, the schema, I want to inherit the schema that comes from that place. Before you close it, say, comma.
Hold on. This true, is it normal?
Capital
Is it
T. Capital
exactly?
T. Capital T.
All right. So.
Good. You can see the icon. I mean, you can see the name has changed. Now, comma, after true.
All right.
Comma. And say, inferred schema. I told you, you can create. We are trying to create a schema ourselves. That's the other one. This one, I can inherit the schema that comes with this CSV file. Now, say, infer, INFER, infer schema equals true. Equals true. Simple. Simple. Now, if I run this script, it will just this cell, it will automatically create a data frame. Dump the content here in the data frame. But let us see the content of the data frame. Now, say the next line, before we run it, the next line, df.show.
Okay, good.
Let's show the content. Data frame show. Open
Done.
and close a bracket. I love this. Run this and let us see. This should not take long. So the first one, we are creating our schema. The second one, we are inheriting a schema from the CSV file that was given to us. So we can run this. It's taking time. Why? It's starting the session again. Didi, are you stopping the section at interval?
I didn't touch anything.
As long as it has started, it should not stop. Okay, let it run. This will take a couple of minutes again. Okay, so as this is working, there is difference between showing your data and displaying your data. The best way to see your data in a very good form is to say display, not show. So you say display, instead of this one that says df.show, this time to be display and put df in a bracket. Display, open a bracket, data frame, that your df. Data frame and close the brackets. So we can do all this. So let's allow this to run, to start the engine. And once we can run these two scripts, we'll stop there for today. We'll stop there for today. And you can start to ask any question, setting up your environment, creating a data frame, bringing a CSV file, JSON file, Packet file, or your semi-structured file into a data frame. That is what we have done as of today. So our next class, we will start to clean the data, rename a column, merge, append, group, all those things we do in data flow or Power Query, we want to do them also using scripts. And funny enough, they are just like one line of script, and they will get the work done for you. And you don't even need to cram the scripts. So you can always help yourself. Gide was trying to do something. I said you should not do it. You can just be dragging. So later we'll see the drag and drop approach. But let's for try to understand some of this code, the way it works. So okay, it's running now. Good. So it's telling me
Error.
cell. What's the error? Line 1. So line 1, what's wrong with line 1? Let me see. Line 1.
Minutes. Data type of error. Data frame reader. .csv got an unexpected keyword argument infer. So this infer
schema, capital S. Your schema should be capital S.
All right.
Thank you very much. Run it now. It will not take longer time again. Fantastic. Now look at the way it displayed the data Jide showed to us. That beautiful data Jide showed to us. Look at what it turned into. I don't like this. Don't let us use show. Instead of show, change that show to, okay, let's run another, add another.
New
just
cell.
come below this one. No, not up. If you do it from up, it's above. Come down. Come in at the end of the cell, they circle. I mean, that rectangle. Come down.
All right.
Do as if you are coming out of the rectangle.
I'm out.
What's the bottom? So, okay, keep going down. Don't worry, go down. The next cell, add it on top of the next cell.
All right.
Go down.
Yeah.
On this one, add it on top of this one. Come down a little bit. Come down a little bit. Add it here. I saw the add code just now. Look at it. Come, add code. Good. Now, what you need to do here is this. I don't want to rerun the first one. It's already working. But this time, I want to run just one script. The script is what? Display df. Data frame display. Display, type. Display, open a bracket, df. Simple. This is much better. Run it and see. Let us see what will come out from here. It will give us a nice display of the data frame. He has already copied the data from CSV right into the data frame. This is a nice work. Yeah. At this point, I can even view this work like a chart. There is table, there is charts, it's showing you 30 something rows. I can even go ahead to download it. There's download. No. Keep coming
I
towards
know.
this
Do you
side.
want me to download? I'm just saying.
No, I'm just showing you. So there is download, but let's go back to table. Let's go back to table. Now, with all what we have here, this is our data already in a data frame. What we can do now is to start to clean up this data. So what are the type of cleaning we can do here? Number one, we can say we want to make, there is no number here where you can do calculation. Can you scroll to the right? Is there still value? Oh, there are still a lot of things here. Aha, I love this. Scroll up, let me see the title. Okay, that is the rep. There is no money. I want to also do some if statements, some filter. Good. Okay, no problem. Let's assume state. The man now said, look, don't bring all the data frame. I only want all the ones that are from state OR. What is OR, GD? What is FL? Okay. I want to pick all the people that are just from one particular state. Those are what we call
FL Florida.
FL Florida. Okay,
Florida.
thank you. Now, there is a request that look, our data frame should not contain everything, should only contain only strictly the people that are from Florida. So those are what we are trying to do when we get to data cleaning. So let us just do this cleaning. I want it still on the same cell, that cell you did last, that display cell you did last. Just before you display it, let us do a small cleaning there. Before you display, push down the display DF down. Now say df dot filter. Can you see how simple it is?
Yeah.
df dot filter. Help me filter. What am I filtering? Open a bracket. df from my data frame, df. I want to mention a column. You have to come up with a square bracket. A square bracket. There's a column called states. Look at the way they type state, capital S. But please put the state in quotes. Single quotes, preferably. If I'm referring to objects, I prefer single quote for objects. There's no single quote before state.
Yeah, I'm coming there.
State.
Done.
At the end, before the bracket close, state equals, before the normal bracket, not the square bracket. That's a column. Come out, equals to what? FL. But equals to will be 2 equals to. Logical equals to is 2. Assignment statement is 1. Thank you very much. So we are going to break all these things down in our next class. So FL. Beautiful. So that is what we are trying to achieve. Now, everything that we have done here, pay attention to what I'm trying to do. Everything we have done here, I want to dump it inside another name. I can decide to just show what we have done. Please wrap display around everything here. Put display before it. Remove the second line. I don't want the second line again. Delete it. Just put display before what you type in the first line. Before it, display, open a bracket, display, open a bracket, and at the end, close a bracket. Now, look at what we did. We said filter for us the state that is FL. When you are done with your answer, display it. If I run this script, it will not show me the whole. If the total work is 200 lines or 2 million lines, it will only show me those that are from Florida. Please run this line. Let us see. Is it just one person?
And that means it's just one person.
Okay. So if you say so, we accept it. Now, so with what we have done here, he will give us whatsoever we want. At this point, note what we are doing. We are now working on DF, DF, DF. That is how important a data frame can be. So if you create a data frame.
So it's correct because
correct.
OR is
Thank
true.
you.
Yeah. Just
So if you create a data frame, if you want to work on your data, we recommend bring the work, either SQL database, JSON, either CSV, I don't care. Bring it, make sure you dump it inside a data frame, which they did. The previous cell, if you go to the previous cell, that is what we did. Now, after dumping it in a data frame, we can then, that is it. That's the first line there. Dump that CSV work in a data frame. After that, start manipulating your data frame anyhow you want. So our next class, we will do lots about transformation. And once we are done transforming the data, we will dump that data in a table, in a structured environment for our data analysts to pick such data and start analyzing. So that is that. At this point, let's ask question. Jide, the other one, the one you created did not work. Go and correct it. Please, question time. If you have question, please start to ask your question now. The first line, let me add the first line.
The structure is not defined.
Yes, I know. Just add a first line. So just say from
Before hour.
before anything. Yeah, bring it down. Bring it down, go up and type from small letter, from where? From PySpark.sql.type. From PySpark.sql.types. Space, imports, structure, type, capital S. Look at the structure, the way you type the structure type there. Import structure type, comma, structure field, comma, structure type, comma, import structure. Those things you use, it needs to know where it's coming from. Structure field, comma, string type, use string type there also. String type. And finally, we use integer type, comma, integer type. That's all. Run this one now. Your schema is up and running. No, not integral.
Sorry.
Integer. Integer.
I saw it. I just pick it. All right. So
good. So that is all. This will run. Please, any question, ask any question. I will encourage all of us to go back to our fabric and set up our own environments. Let's open up our fabric and set up our own environment. Let us try out some of these things. If you have any question, if you cannot wait till first Saturday in March, drop it on the chat. Somebody that have solved it will come up to help us. So that is that. Did they still giving error? What's the error?
name error. Structure type
Name
is not defined.
It's defined now. Go back. You define structure type. You imported it. Structure. No, look at the way you spell structure. GD. Structure. Don't mind them. Run it now. Look at structure field. So now, GD, this is the way you're supposed to type it. The one you type is not correct too. The one that was given to you is the correct one. Struct. You won't finish it. That's the way it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the other one you did. Your own,
okay.
The first one you did. It's one you correct. No. Return back to struct. Stop at T. Good. The other one stop at T. Come to the second line. Stop at T. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand.
Like that's all. So just stop at T for all of them. The next one. Good. That's all. So at this point, I expect this to run. So when you are done, please help me copy this script and drop on our WhatsApp so that those that want to try it out, they can try it out. Please
So this
ask
should
your
be
question.
fine. This should be fine
It
now,
should.
right?
It should. Run it now. It's fine. It's fine. Don't mind them.
I see.
Which line again? Look
Data
at the
frame object has no add report. Print schemas. Let me see.
print schema. What's wrong with print schema? Capital S. GD. It's case sensitive. That's all. Yeah, run it again.
Oh, before I run it, show.
Run it.
I hope show.
No,
is
show is
settled.
correct. Show is small letter. Show is small letter.
Are you talking to me, sir? What do you want? What do you need?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, no. We are not. We are trying to. Okay.
Let's see your results.
All right.
At last. I don't want to show, I want to display. I always like display. You know what to do for display. Everybody should know that one now. Line 21. Come to the next line after 21. So let it also display. So you say display, open the brackets. You now mention the name of your data frame, our data frame. Simple.
Let me see the way I type our data frame. I think it's.
Look at it's just up there. Small letter all through. Our DF. Our D, not FD. Good.
It's
Yeah, run
DF.
it. Run it now. So that's that. Please ask question. If there is no question, I hope Rashid is still on the call. So, Jide, let's see your result, and we formally hand over to Rashid. Scroll down. Beautiful. Thank you very much. This is a nice work. I love this. Thank you very much. So, Jide, give us our code. All this code you use here.
No
Give it to
problem.
us.
I'll
We
do
need
that
it.
now.
Chance. Thank you. Rashid, over to you.
Okay. How are we? Any question at this point? Can anyone hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, so is there any question? What we call it today? It has been a very, very deep session. In fact, I thought I turned at the point we're about 18 on the call, but it has dropped to 12 now. Probably some people dropped off if maybe they have internet issue also. So that being said, that is how we have come to the end of today's session. As you are aware, it will be twice in a month. So today is 15. So we'll be meeting again by 1st of March. So first week, Saturday, and second week, Saturday. So we meet on 1st of March and also 15th of March. Before then, as they drop the script, let's try and be intentional to ensure that we practicalize all that we've learned today and also troubleshoot in some other areas and see what we can come up with. Thank you so much. Let's have a beautiful weekend. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, Mr.
Bye. Have
Rashid,
a
thank you.
nice
Bye.
weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Olainka. Thank you,
Thank you. Thank
Chinwe.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Mr.
Daniel. Thank you,
Deji.
Chiamaka.